6 police stations in the province, including Mfuleni, Guguletu and Nyanga, are among the top 10 for murders nationally. Provincial government says efforts to create safe communities will take time to bring about. A very good working relationship with the SABC in the province is slowly yielding results, with longer-term figures showing a decline in serious crime. The Premier says without substantive programs that brings on board every department within government and the private sector, there will not be success.
If you start to see a reduction in crime happening, are we filling that gap with economic opportunities? Are we putting the youth programs in place and how it's got to be safe at school and after school programs? We've got to make sure that there are the 1,000 days of a child's life that links to our health system, because that is how you build a safer society over time. It's not about a switch and a quick fix. It is about making sure that we are building through our partnership to a safer, productive, efficient society.
Many communities, especially on the Cape Flats, are grappling with gang activities. Tackling this is a major focus area for both the SABC and the province.
The mandate that I've received from the Premier is very clear that the Western Cape government's stance is that any and all gang-related murders should be investigated in terms of the Prevention of Organised Crime Act, so that we can also activate the legislation and the law to protect citizens. What we mean by that is ultimately to ensure that where a particular person is aiding and abetting a gang member, not necessarily the shooter, but that entire gang must actually be brought to book so that we can dismantle and disrupt their criminal activities.
The SABC in the province welcomes all collaborations with authorities and communities. A good working relationship is currently in place. Police have urged South Africans to go back to basics, especially to protect children. It says the battle to create safer communities has to be done street by street and by everyone.
And Ubuntu, that your child is my child, and the child is for the community. That, I think, we've got to get back to those basics, firstly, those values. And secondly, we know in the neighborhood ourselves what's happening next door. And it is a duty of us as citizens and responsible of this country to take to social services all those social problems that people can be assisted. What comes to mind is that in the indigent families, the child-headed families, and where there is mostly violence, because sometimes children run away from that situation.
The provincial government has only powers of oversight in policing, but says its Law Enforcement Advancement Program, or LEAP officers, are playing a major role in assisting the SABC. As a force multiplier, these officers are deployed in high crime areas, with the program expanding every year. Mariska Botha, SABC News, Cape Town.